Now is Mr. Zahir Omar, Constitutional Court expert. Good afternoon to you, sir. Let's talk a little bit about the Fees Must Fall activist who has now once again been denied bail. Talk us through some of the reasoning as why his bail has been denied and whether or not this was expected.
Look, as far as bail is concerned, South Africa has one of the most liberal institutions of bail in the world. The refusal of Khanyile bail, that is the Fee Must Fall activist, is a bit of a surprise. It's more than a bit of a surprise to me. I've done many appeals. Accused charged for murder. There's Mrs. Branco was charged for dealing with very, very serious narcotic drugs, and he was a foreigner. He was given bail. But my advice to the lawyers acting for the Fees Must Fall leader is to take this matter on appeal either to the full court or the Supreme Court of Appeals. But we should not allow the law to fall into disrepute by taking the law into our own hands. The Fees Must Fall is a noble pursuit that campaigns for a noble object. Education is a universal right that should be given free of charge by all governments, which can and must be attained. And the pursuit towards the attainment of this human right must be applauded, and those who are participating should be honored.
Mr. Omar, with regards to hashtag Fees Must Fall, the protests that we've seen over the last year, do you think Bonginkosi, the individual who's now been denied bail, is being used as an example to set example to other students who want to continue the hashtag Fees Must Fall protests?
You see that perception, the perception that Mr. Nkosi is being used as an example, that in itself is unlawful. If that is the impression created to the public by the court, then that court, I say with great respect, has misdirected itself, has urged, and an urgent application for leave to appeal should be launched either to the full court or to the Supreme Court of Appeals. But Mr. Nkosi cannot be used as an example. Justice cannot be dispensed in this fashion. I want to emphasize that Mr. Nkosi is a hero, must be regarded as a hero. The methods are a bit radical, but we should never allow the crusade at forcefully working towards attaining education, whether tertiary or otherwise free for all, should continue. And Mr. Nkosi's lawyers should argue this matter and should have it seized on appeal, lest the Fees Must Fall campaign lose their fervor to continue their struggle.
Mr. Omar, just last question to you. We do know that the EFF, there was a court order ordering the EFF not to incite any violence against ANN7 or any member of ANN7, any worker here. But we have reports now that one of our cameramen has been assaulted by EFF members outside the court. What options are there going forward in this regard?
You know, in the last 2 weeks, the level of hypocrisy displayed by the DA and the EFF has all been exposed. We have Herman Mashaba making racist, xenophobic remarks and comments, shocking remarks. People who seek refuge and asylum are people in need, and these people express a universal problem which we should work towards attaining a solution to. Helen Zeller's endorsement of racist remarks made on Twitter is also a shocking example. The EFF today flaunted a court order. ANN7 obtained an order. What ANN7 should now do is apply to court for contempt and to ask the court to order the EFF members who attacked the reporter to be imprisoned. What aggravates the situation with the attack upon the ANN7 reporter is that it is contempt of court ex facie curiae. Now the case, the reported judgment on point is the case I was involved in myself, involving the Registrar of Land Claims Court and myself in 1996, where I was found guilty of contempt of court ex facie curiae. I was shouting outside the Land Claims Court, "Amhlaba away to Pancha Maburu." That means land to the people, down with the white man. This was as far back as 1996. Now, contempt of court ex facie curiae added to the breach of the interim coupled with this attack on media freedom, a right. Media freedom is a right entrenched in our constitution. ANN7 and New Age are the two only alternative medias that are promoting a view which is adverse to that of white capital monopoly. For the EFF to do this coincides with the support by the EFF of every important vote to the DA. The EFF's true colors and the EFC's vulnerability to be used by white monopoly capital to divide black people is being exposed. But ANN7 must urgently bring an application for content and to have the court imprison those EFF supporters who have engaged in the wanton attack not only upon your reporters but also upon our constitution.